Psychometry, chapter 4. Without psychometry, you cannot think for designing, HVAC designing. So, what is psychometry? This term is taken from Greek language, and the meaning of psychometry is psycho means air, metry means measurement. But air means what? Not just dry air. Air means we are talking about the moisture. For example, in this room, simple experiment. What you do? Take the chill water bottle from the refrigerator. Chill water bottle from the refrigerator, and suppose this is chill water bottle from the refrigerator, and this I am placing. You can watch the video. This I am placing in the room. After some time, don't open that bottle. Suppose the bottle is sealed. So after some time, what happened? On the bottle, you will find what? Droplets, no?
Yes.
So from where you will get the droplets?
Yeah. From here.
From the air, means from the room air, because the bottle is sealed, right? So from the air we'll get that droplets, and that droplet is called dews. Why and how we'll discuss after learning dew point temperature. But with this we can conclude that the air is a moist air, right? The moisture from the air only, except special cases like in desert areas or in some cases the air is a moist air. More or less that depends on the humidity level, but generally air is moist air. So when you talk about psychometry, means we are talking about the study of the moist air. So if I say air, means by default I am talking about the moist air. So here you can read in the notes, the psychometric air that surround us is a mixture of dry air and water vapor called moist air. Because this gas mixture is conditioned in air conditioning system, so it is necessary to understand how it behaves. So what is psychometry? Psychometry is a name given to the study of air and water vapor mixture. We'll use the word air to refer to air water vapor mixture, and that is atmosphere. So if I say air, means by default I'm talking about the moist air, right? So in psychometry we are going to learn the properties of air, the behavior of air, etc., which is very important for air conditioning, right? So let me read the properties first. Properties of air, you can read here from point 1 to 7. Point 1 is what? Dry bulb. So what you do, highlight 1, 4 and 5. Point number 1, dry bulb temperature, in short DVT. For what? Sensible heat. Let me read this, then I'll explain. First is dry bulb temperature, dBT, and for sensible heat. Second is bedroom temperature, WBT. Next is dew point temperature, in short DPT. Next we have humidity ratio, also known as specific humidity, or the specific humidity for what? For latent heat. And next, relative humidity. Already we learned in the first class relative humidity, RH, for human comfort. So we'll discuss what is relative humidity and what's the difference between the relative humidity and humidity ratio. Next we have saturated air and enthalpy of air. Okay. So first, dry bulb temperature. This is nothing, simple. For example, if I measure, suppose assume, can you see the video online? Can you see my video? Assume this is a thermometer. Actually it's a digital pen, but think that's the thermometer. If I measure the room temperature, or if I measure the outside temperature under shade, not directly sunlight, means under shade, if I measure the outside temperature, means what I am measuring? I am measuring the dry bulb temperature. So don't confuse dry bulb temperature or the temperature, both are same with respect to air. Suppose today outside temperature was 40 degrees centigrade, means I am talking about dry bulb. Present room temperature, let me check in the remote. Present room temperature is 26 degrees centigrade. Is what? It's a dry bulb, room dry bulb temperature. So temperature and dry bulb temperature both are same. So but the important point is, you see, the temperature of air as sensed by a normal thermometer, the temperature of the word temperature or dry bulb temperature will be used to mean the same with respect to air. But this point is important. It will measure the sensible heat of air. For example, heat transfer from outside to inside through wall. So what we'll do, we'll take the difference of dry bulb outside temperature minus inside temperature. Outside temperature means outside dry bulb minus inside dry bulb. The delta T we are using in the calculation to find out how much increase in heat. So remember, this is important. Directly we'll use this dry bulb temperature in calculation to find out the sensible heat of air. This is important. So for all the sensible calculation, we'll use this dry bulb temperature. How to use is the next level. At the time of calculation, you will understand how to use this. But remember, at present, dry bulb temperature is used to measure the sensible heat of air. Next. So I think you got this. This is important. You just highlight this. So later at the time of calculation, you'll get the idea. Next we have wet bulb. Any idea about wet bulb? Wet bulb, first of all, is not a natural or direct property of air. Like dry bulb is a direct property of air, but wet bulb is not direct property of air. Is a property or is a value based on experiment. So simple experiment, you already know this. I'll do show you the procedure, then we'll discuss why we are finding this wet bulb. Okay, first of all, how to find out the wet bulb, then the purpose. Okay, because it's not a direct property, then why we are finding, but before this, how we are finding. Simple. What we'll do with the same thermometer, first I'll measure the dry bulb. Suppose room dry bulb I'm measuring, I got 30 degrees centigrade. After that, what I'll do, I'll take a wet cloth. Can you see this online cloth? Suppose it's a wet cloth. I'm going to dip with water and I'm going to place on the thermometer bulb and tie. But before this, what I did, I measured the room dry bulb. It is really showing 30. Then after that, I'm closing this and tying this the wet cloth, and I'm supplying the heat, say 3 to 5 meter per second velocity, for example. So after some time, what happened? This cloth will become dry after some time. So how this cloth will become dry? Because of evaporation. And evaporation required what? Heat. Without heat, no evaporation. So what happened? When the evaporation take place, it will take the heat from the supply, and at the same time when the evaporation take place, it will take the heat from the thermometer bulb, result in decrease in temperature, say 26, previously 30 na, now say 26. So 26 degrees centigrade is what? Wet bulb. This is a procedure to record the wet bulb. Okay, clear? This is a procedure. And remember, always wet bulb is less than dry bulb, right? It will reduce only na. This is a procedure. But now the question is, why we are finding this, the use of this. So remember, after learning these properties, we have a topic called psychometric chart. Psychometric chart. So using psychometric chart, sitting in the office without any experiment, we can find the properties of air. But the condition of using the psychometric chart is you must know two properties of air. So dry bulb we can measure, wet bulb also measurable. Using these two, other properties we can find out without any experiment using psychometric chart. So for that reason, we are finding wet bulbs, because this wet bulb directly not used in the calculation. This wet bulb with the dry bulb, two properties. If you know two properties, then only you can get the point. With the point, if you go in different direction, then you can find out the different properties. How? I'll show you after this properties. But the reason why wet bulb, to find the other properties using psychometric chart. Clear online? Dew point temperature. This is also interesting. You see, the temperature at which the water vapor in the air began to condense if the air if the air were cooled at constant pressure. Or in simple words, it's given here. It's the temperature at which moisture leaves the air and condense on object, as dew forms on grass and plant leaves. In which season? For example, as I said at the beginning, if you take the bottle, listen online, if you take the bottle, chill bottle from the refrigerator, after some time without opening, you'll find the dews at the surface. Because of what? Because of dew point temperature. Remember, whenever dew point temperature attain on the surface, and when the air touches to the surface, the air moisture loses the heat and the water condense and change that vapor to liquid. Because of what? Because of dew point temperature. And dew point temperature is not fixed like boiling or boiling point or freezing point. This dew point temperature will change based on the other temperatures like dry bulb, wet bulb, etc. So we don't have a fix. We'll find out using the psychometric chart. But dew point temperature is what? The temperature at which the condensation start. So in which season you'll find more dew point temperature? Summer or winter? Winter. So normally in winter, in early morning, you can see the fog. Fog is what? The air is separating the moisture from the the air is separating the moisture because of getting the temperature equal to or less than or equal to dew point temperature. So remember, whenever a body attain the temperature less than equal to dew point temperature, when the air touches to that body, the moisture from that air loses the heat and condense on the object. That droplet is called dews. So fog is what? Fog means the separation of moisture from the air, because in winter season temperature drops na. In early morning the temperature is low, and you'll get the temperature less than equal to dew point temperature. So the the moisture is separating from the air because of dew point temperature. Or you'll find the droplets of water on the plant leaves or in your vehicle seat or in glass in winter season. Because of what? Because of dew point temperature, right? Means the temperature at what at the condensation start is a dew point temperature. Following. But how is it related to the HVAC? So go back to page number 16. So in page number 16 we learn, I think you have written here, you get the cool and dry air na. Dry air because the refrigerant is low temperature and flowing inside. So at the surface of this evaporative coil you'll find the temperature less than equal to dew point temperature, and when the air touches to this coil, what happen? The air will have the moisture, the room air. So the moisture is going to be condensed on the coil. So the moisture is going to be separated on the coil, and that's the reason you'll get the cool and dry air. You see, condensation of refrigerant inside the coil, this is called condenser. But evaporation of refrigerant inside the evaporator, this is called evaporator. But at the outside of the evaporator, at the surface, when the air is through, this coil have the temperature less than equal to dew point temperature. So the moisture from the air is condensed on the object, on the surface of this pipe, and you'll get the cool and dry air because the moisture is separating na. Another thing you notice, you'll get the water from window and split AC. So the water from where? From the room only, because of dew point temperature. And this is latent cooling, change of phase na. High air because of what? Because of dew point temperature. So I hold the dry air because after learning dew point temperature you can understand, right? Clear? Now one interesting question. So in which season you'll find more dry bulb, more wet bulb? In winter season, right? Now one question here. So my question is, in which season you will find more humidity, means more moisture, more humidity, summer or winter? The correct answer is summer. Why summer? Because you see, in summer temperature is more, and more temperature means more evaporation. More evaporation means more moisture in the air. I'm not talking about the desert area. Desert area is a special case. In general, if you speak, you'll find more humidity in summer. So remember, summers are dry, summers are wet. Because देखो, समर में गर्मी ज़्यादा है, तो गर्मी में evaporation ज़्यादा होगा. Evaporation ज़्यादा होगा तो जो water है more evaporate होगा ना. And more evaporation means more moisture in the air, right? So in summer humidity is more, right? And that's the reason we'll get more sweat in summer, because our body generating the sweat continuously. If the moisture in the air is less, means the air will touch to, whenever the air touches to our body, it extract the moisture. But air already have maximum moisture content. When the air touches to your body, it will not extract the heat. That's the reason in summer we'll feel more moisture, more sweat, right? And in winter the humidity is less. Why? Because of dew point temperature. Just now we learned na, you'll find more dew point temperature more in winter. And whenever dew point temperature means moisture from the air lose leave and condense on the object. We are talking about the moisture in the air, not outside the air. So in winter what happened, because of low temperature, because of high more dew point temperature or less than equal to dew point temperature, the moisture loses from the air and condense on the object. So the moisture in the air is less, na? So what happen in winter? You'll find dryness of skin, because the moisture is less in the air. Whenever air touches to your skin, the moisture is less in the air, so it will extract more and more the sweat from our skin and we'll feel dryness. So we are using moisturizer so that we can create the layer between the air and the skin, so that it can not extract the more moisture. So it means winters are dry and summers are wet in general. In desert area case is different, or snow falling area the case is different, but in general winters are dry and summers are wet. And winters are dry means we require heating and humidification. The process of adding the moisture is called humidification. And in summer we require cooling and dehumidification. Dehumidification means the process of extracting the moisture. And if you go back to that same page number 16, you see the evaporative coil extract the heat as well as extract the moisture which is required in summer, right? So this same one coil evaporator, remember this is important, again we'll use this point at the time of machine selection, classification of machine, etc. So in evaporator what happened, the moisture, the air loses the heat as well as lose the moisture, so you'll get the cool and dry air, means cooling and dehumidification which is required in summer, right? But not completely. For human comfort we require some amount of sweat, but how much amount we'll discuss in the next topic. Humidity ratio and relative humidity. What is humidity? Moisture present in the air, na? And humidity ratio means the moisture per unit volume. Suppose if I measure the moisture of the complete room is that we can call humidity. But if I measure the moisture per kg of air or per pound of air, we can call humidity ratio. Simple. So it is also called as specific humidity. Specific means per unit volume, na? Or moisture content. It's the mass of water vapor present in 1 kg of dry air and generally expressed in terms of not grains, it's a grams. Please update grams per kg of dry air in metric system, and grains is okay, grains per pound of dry air English system, and 1 pound equal to 7 it's a mistake again, 7,000 grains. But the important point is here, highlight this, it is used to find the latent heat. Remember, for sensible heat dry bulb we are using, for latent heat we are using humidity ratio, because with the humidity ratio per unit volume we are getting the moisture, na? We'll multiply with the total volume, so we'll get the total moisture. With total moisture multiply with the specific heat of moisture, we'll get the latent heat in the calculation next level. Okay, so remember, dry bulb for sensible, for latent heat we are using humidity ratio. This is important. We'll use this value also directly in the calculation. Point 1 and 4 directly in the calculation. Next we have one more important property, relative humidity. This is interesting and important too, and I think remember in first class we learned for air conditioning. For air conditioning we required comfort, temperature and the moisture, and the moisture means RH, relative humidity, and we learn it should be 30 to 60, and for calculation point of view we are taking 50 as a standard. So what it mean? Humidity you know, but what is relative humidity? And humidity you know, and you also know humidity ratio. Humidity ratio means moisture present per unit volume, and humidity means total moisture. But what is relative humidity? We'll discuss now. Relative humidity means we are relating, we are comparing with what? I'll show you. I'll give you a simple example and try to understand the concept. Simple. For example, day 1. Suppose this is a top view of the classroom. Day 1. I am maintaining 76 degree Fahrenheit, and by using a steamer or humidifier I am adding the moisture. After 3 hours when I measure, I got 10 pounds. After 4 hours, 5 hours continuously I measure, I got 10 pounds only. It means at this temperature the maximum possible moisture content is 10 pounds. Means RH is how much? 100% means air is saturated. Maximum na moisture, air is saturated, right? This is the maximum case. This is the saturated case. A2, same classroom, but this time I'm not adding any moisture. I'm maintaining only 76 degree Fahrenheit. But when I measure the moisture level, I come to know 5 pounds. So how much will be the RH? 50%. So on what basis 50%? Because we know that 10 pounds is 100%. So what we did just now, we compare, this is the actual condition and this is saturated condition. So what we did just now, we compared actual with the saturated. So this comparison, this relative or this relation is nothing but relative humidity. Means how much will be the maximum possible moisture at compared with the present moisture at the same temperature. You cannot change the temperature. You cannot compare with the different temperature. Why? Because if you increase the temperature 76 to say 90 degree Fahrenheit, increasing the temperature, RH also increases. Why? Because increasing the temperature, the evaporation also increases. The holding of moisture by the air will increase by increasing temperature. So you cannot compare it with the different temperature. With the same temperature, at the same temperature, how much will be the maximum possible? Compare with present. That relation or that comparison is nothing but relative humidity. And remember, for human comfort, what temperature you are maintaining in as per that temperature, what will be the possible maximum compared to that. If you maintain 30 to 60%, means for calculation we are taking 50% is a standard for human comfort. Means what temperature you are maintaining for human comfort, in that what will be the maximum possible of moisture. Compare with that, if you maintain 30 to 60 in between or say 50 for calculation is okay for comfort. Because above 60% you'll feel sweat, below 30% you'll feel dryness of skin. Moisture, I'm talking about moisture, not air, not temperature. 30%, not 30 degrees centigrade. Below 30% moisture you'll find dryness of skin. Above 60% you'll find sweat. So 30 to 60 is a comfort range. So whatever the possible, compared to the possible, if you maintain in between 30 to 60, means you are maintaining comfort with respect to with respect to moisture for human comfort, right? Because this moisture also will directly affect to the human comfort. More also not accepted, less also not accepted. Following online. So this comparison is nothing but RH, relative humidity. And the same comparison we can do theoretically in terms of pressure. As the moisture increases, the pressure increases. As the moisture decreases, the pressure decreases. The same thing. So the ratio of actual water vapor pressure, not present, please update this. The ratio of actual water vapor pressure in the air to the vapor pressure in the air if the air is saturated at that dry bulb temperature. Means actual vapor pressure compared with the vapor pressure when the air is saturated at the same dry bulb temperature. So that comparison is nothing but RH. We are expressing in terms of percentage. Example, if the RH of air is 50%, it means it contains half the amount of moisture possible at the existing dry bulb temperature. Air, just now we discussed, when the RH is 100%, air is saturated. Apart from this, when the air is saturated, dry bulb, wet bulb and dew point temperature will be same. This is also one condition of saturated. When the air is saturated, if you are adding the moisture, the old moisture replaced with the new, but the total quantity will be same. Here. So it's a saturated air. Enthalpy already we learned. Enthalpy is what? Heat content of the body. But again, why we are learning enthalpy? Because in the air we have a dry air as well as moisture. So we have drier heat, air heat as well as moisture heat. So the enthalpy of atmospheric air is the sum of individual enthalpies of dry air and water vapor. So the summation of both the enthalpy is the total enthalpy of air. Enthalpy is heat content, but heat content of dry air plus heat content of the vapor is the total enthalpy of air. Next we'll learn how to use the psychrometric chart. So what do you do? First of all, I'll show you these properties, because in psychrometric chart all this line together you'll get the confusion. So first of all, with this simple line diagram, in psychrometric chart, dry bulb means represent with the what? Vertical lines. You see vertical lines. And wet bulb with the inclined lines. And wet bulb as well as one more enthalpy with the inclined lines, but with the different scales. I'll show you. Similarly, you see dew point temperature on screen is horizontal line, humidity ratio also horizontal line, but different scales. And this curved line represent what? RH, relative humidity. Now the same thing I'll show you in psychometric charts. This is psychometric chart, and it's a train from the train company, but psychometric chart we have a standard. With the train company we have advantage, you'll get the separate scale for dew point temperature, not in the other psychometric chart. So if I zoom this, you see this 30, 40, 50, 60, this vertical lines, but increase in x direction is what? Variable, right? And if I zoom, can you see this 40 online? Green color. Inclined lines towards left. 40, 45, 50 is what? Wet bulb temperature. Here you can see wet bulb temperature. This scale for wet bulb. And with the same inclination, if I go above 50, I can read 20. 20 is what? 20 is enthalpy. It means wet bulb and enthalpy both with the same angle, same direction, but different scale, right? Next, for example, if I go straight horizontal and if I stop up to here, this 80 is what? Humidity ratio. It's horizontal. Humidity ratio. Unit is what? Grains per pound of dry air. English system. Then if I continue horizontal and if I stop up to this point, for example 60. 60 is what? Dew point temperature. So humidity ratio, dew point temperature, both with what? Horizontal direction, but different scales. Similarly, wet bulb temperature, enthalpy, both with same direction but different scales. And at the bottom, this is dry bulb. Now, if you talk about this curved lines, can you see the curved line? You see, this is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. These all represent RH, relative humidity. And this last curve is what? For RH 100%. Na? So this curve you can write page number 16 in data book. You'll find the same chart. And you can write this as saturated curve. Saturated curve RH equal to 100%. How to use this? Very simple. Don't confuse with this dense chart. This is very simple to use. If you know any two properties of air, you can find any other property using the psychometric chart without any experiment. And how to get the two properties? At the time of load calculation, dry bulb and wet bulb of different cities you'll find in the data book will use at the time of calculation. But at present I'll assume some values to learn how to use this. So we'll do example 1. Example 1 I'll show you. Example 2 you can try. So start writing. Maintain separate notes for calculation, because all the calculation we'll do in the class. Maintain a separate book for the calculation, because these are simple calculation, but when we start load calculation we'll go for all the load calculation, the different sources. Theory you can follow from the printed notes, but calculation we'll do in the class. So start writing. Yeah. So start writing online in classroom. Example 1. For example, let me find out the condition of this classroom. Okay. You can write classroom dry bulb temperature. Yes, start writing online. Classroom dry bulb temperature 26 degree centigrade. You see at present in the remote it is showing 26 degree centigrade, so I am using the same. So 26 degrees centigrade. And relative humidity. And relative humidity is, at present we are not feeling more sweat or less sweat, means in between 20 30 to 60. So for I can take 55 because slightly more humidity, but if I take 55 you'll get the confusion in the first example to use the chart. So that's the reason I'm using 50, so that 50 directly we have the line. So you can write relative humidity 50%. Relative humidity 50%. Full stop. Next you can write Find other properties of air using psychometric chart. First example I'll show you. Second example you can try. So on screen, online and classroom. Very simple. If you know two properties, with the two properties find out the point. When you get the point, go in different direction, you'll get the properties. So on screen, online and classroom, 27 degrees centigrade. Sorry, 26 degrees centigrade na. But you see this chart is belongs to English system, so Fahrenheit. So quickly convert 26 degrees centigrade into Fahrenheit. Do it now. Convert 26 degrees centigrade into Fahrenheit. Yeah, 78.8 is correct online. So I am rounding off to 79. You know round off is applicable. Now online and classroom on screen. Don't try. Let me show you this first. So 79 is here. You see, this is 70. This is 75. This is 80. Na? So 75 to 80 means 5 division means each division 1 unit. So this I can mark as 79. Right? This 79 and 50% RH is here on screen. On screen 79 50% RH. This both will meet what at this point, right? Straight up, then curve, slide. So this is a point. When I get the point, if I go in this direction, I get very close. I'll take the rough value because in software you can get the accuracy, but here I can take the rough value. So when I go straight here, 65 70, so this is 66 na. So WBT is how much? 66 degree Fahrenheit. Now if I go beyond this, if I mark here 30 31, enthalpy is what? 31 BTU, right? With this point, if I go straight right, if I mark here, this is 70 80, so 10 units but 5 division. So 74 70, this is 72 74 na, because 5 division 5 division and 10 units. So each division is 2 units. So this is 72 74. 74 is what? W means humidity ratio. 74 grains per pound of dry air. Next if I go beyond this, if I mark 55 56 57, round off to 58. 58 is what? DPT is 58 degree Fahrenheit. That's it. Simple. Quickly copy this. I'll give you one more example. You can try. Quickly take one more example. Write city, CITY, city weather report reads. City weather report reads. Following online. Second example 2. City weather report reads 60 degree Fahrenheit. You can copy from screen. 60 degree Fahrenheit dry bulb dB and 55 degree Fahrenheit wet bulb WB. Full stop. Find other properties of air using psychometric chart. Find other properties of air using psychometric chart. You can find now or else you can complete in home, but you must verify both. Okay. And verify the result from your notes, page number 23. The same example is given. You can verify the value with your calculation from the notes, but you try this in home and verify this from the beginning. Here first what you do, select IP or SI, which system you want to use. Very simple. And as of now, for example, I'm using IP. Anyhow, you know the measurement system, you also know the conversion. In chapter 3 already we learned. And if you know the concept, you can try with any system. But your responsibility try in both the system, because at present you don't know in which company you're going to get the job, at which system they are going to use. And many consultants, they are dealing with the mixed units. For example, for flow rate they are using CFM, for ducting they are using MM. So MM is metric and CFM is English. So you must know both. Okay. So once you understand the concept, you must try in other system also. So this is simple. So click IP at present. Next, can you see this icon online? Can you see this line with this dots, this icon here? And this icon is state. You see, state, point and process. Click this, you'll get the window. In this window, we'll add a new point. So go for add a point and we'll go for Example 1. Example 1 was classroom condition. Na? So I'm writing CR means classroom. And classroom we know dry bulb, right? 79. Yesterday example, same example. And we consider RH as 50%. Na? So what you do? First parameter into here dry bulb because default dry bulb is required. Second parameter can be any other property. So we consider RH, right? And RH 50%. When you enter 50%, you'll get all the values. We can verify now. Wet bulb 65.8. What we got yesterday? Yesterday. Here you see wet bulb 65.8. How much? 16, 50%. Then we are using Fahrenheit. 79 with 50, right? What was the wet bulb online? Yesterday, how much we got? 60. Here you see 60. 60. Dry bulb 78.8, na, so 79, right? And here 50% RH. Wet bulb, I'm talking about wet bulb, not W. You are talking about W means humidity ratio. Wet bulb was wet bulb. Yes, online. Wet bulb, how much yesterday? Find out that yesterday example. Give me that notes. Give me your notes. 26 what degree centigrade? We convert into Fahrenheit now. Why you are so confused? You see, example 1, WBT is 60. There is a difference, 65 here. And again, we need to check in manual because you'll not get this much of difference. Okay. WBT online, how much? WBT, wet bulb, number 16 in data book. Okay, I'm again in the software. First, decide the system. Next, go for state, point and process. Online on screen. Add a point. The point name says CR. Dry bulb 79 and RH we are getting 50. Once again, $79 here, 50%. The point is here. Yes. So right side this 75 is what? W. What? Humidity ratio. But WB is inclined na here. So nearly 66. Nearly 66. Right? Not exactly, nearly 66. Right? Now, so you update in the notes. Yesterday I've given 60 WBT. It's not 60, it's 66 degree Fahrenheit. Please update online and classroom in the notes. Degree Fahrenheit. What? Wet bulb. Yeah, enthalpy is here. This is 31. That is correct. And what about W? Humidity ratio. How much you got yesterday? Correct. 74 is correct. Okay. And dew point. Please verify dew point. 58 is correct. Okay. So now you have all the values now. We'll check, we'll verify with the software, because in software and manual you'll not get much difference. 1 or 2 max. Okay. So here the same on screen online. We are starting now only. IP, select this point, then go for add a point, then point name for your reference CR, dry bulb 79 degree Fahrenheit and RH 50%. Now WB 65.8 means 66, right? So run up to 66. Now in manual also we got the same. RH 50%. Okay, W is omega. Now W is omega means humidity ratio. How much you got? 74. Here also 74.3 means 74 only, because round off to 74. And what about enthalpy? Yesterday you got 31, right? Here you see 30.5. So round off to 31 only, right? And what about dew point DP online? 58.7. So we'll take 59.7, na? Right? So after verifying, simply click on screen. Simply click apply. When you click apply, what happened? The point will be available on the chart. Can you see the point? And when you take the cursor near to the point, you can read all the values instantly at the left column. Means here. take the cursor near to the point, you can read the same values approximately in the left column. Again, if you want to get the information correctly, click the same point, you'll get the point here. Okay, this was example 1 and we did example 2 now. So for one more point, same procedure, add a point. This time what? City weather report means the point name is city. Okay, and in this case we have dry bulb 60, I think remember, and what, WB 55, right? So when you enter this 55, you can verify now. RH, how much you got yesterday? Not completed, not done. Okay, you can copy this. RH is 73.28 means 73%. You can verify, you'll get very close. And enthalpy 23 BTU and dew point 51.4 means 51 degree Fahrenheit. Okay. So in this way you can find out this values from this psychometric software if you are dealing with manual load calculation. But if you are using HAB software, automatically you'll get all this information by software if you enter the city, elevation, this latitude, longitude, etc. Okay, this is more accurate compared to the manual chart. Yes. You see, if minimum 2 parameters required to use this psychometric chart or the manual. Without this, you cannot use any of this option. Yes. Even in manual also we require dry bulb plus any other property. In software also dry bulb with any one property. Then only you can use, or else you cannot use. Don't install this. With any one property means to use psychometric chart, 2 properties are required. And dry bulb is a basic availability because dry bulb we can measure with a thermometer. But I got your question. Your question is from where to get this, right? From where to get this dry bulb? For the data is available. We'll use at the time of calculation. For all the cities, dry bulb for the hottest day for summer, for the minimum temperature in winter for winter, and maximum temperature for summer. Both the dry bulb is available almost for all the cities in data book. At the time of calculation we'll use, and with that dry bulb you'll get the wet bulb because wet bulb also we can measure, na? So this 2 property by default you'll get from the data book at the time of calculation for any city. At this level simply we are learning how to use this, right? We are not using this in the project. When I start the project, we'll pick this dry bulb, wet bulb. If you want, you can refer page number 22 data book just for your reference. Anyhow, we'll use that one at the time of chapter 6. Instant at present, just open data book page number 22. You can check the values for different cities and you can find out at present for Hyderabad because the first sample project is Hyderabad. Then we'll go for US project, then one Gulf project, Villa project, data extraction. So in data book page number 22, for Hyderabad you can find out the dry bulb and wet bulb. Okay, for reference, but don't worry, we'll discuss that table in detail in chapter 6, building survey. At present we are learning the basics for what? For load calculation. Next, clear? Don't worry, what you are learning, you learn these steps thoroughly. All this will use at the time of load calculation. Then you can understand why we are learning this one. So at present just don't think that this is not used or something is not required. Everything what we are learning will use at the time of load calculation. Okay, and this is simple. And with this we did chapter 4. And apart from this, in psychometry we have some more points to discuss, like sensible heat ratio, humidification, dehumidification, that, and this one more option, contact factor, bypass factor. All these topics we'll discuss at the time of load calculation.